kind of a fun jam.
First one of the day with this hand.
Pinto Graham.
Great name. It was great when I first put it into YouTube and I typed in Pinto. First thing that popped up was like bean recipes. Like, yes, YouTube, you know me too well.
Yeah. Hey, you're here for beans, clearly.
I need the beans. I must have them beans.
Here to put the beans to her.
That sounds even better.
That does have a little bit of a connotation to it that might be not able to pull up in mixed company.
That's true. And here we are just throwing it out to the world, you know?
Yeah.
That's how we roll. That's how we do this shit.
By the way, again, background noise because I'm living in a whorehouse.
Yeah, we're coming to you live from the bowels of hell.
Yeah. Yeah, week 2 of the no air conditioning situation.
Yeah, well, you're taking this whole summer of Kevin bullshit a little too literally.
Apparently I am.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you just get a fucking sun in here?
Well, now, the thing is, too, over last week, it is actually cooler because I've kind of figured out with the 2 temporary units of what I can do and what I can't do.
Right.
Like a dumbass, I was like running house fan along with the... with the units last week. So I'm introducing like warm outside air. It's like, I wonder why it didn't get cold in here.
That kick-ass monsoon season air.
Yeah.
Man. Well, you've always had that unit. I mean, that's a pretty dated unit at that.
Yeah.
That's when Obama's like, can't have that. We're shutting that shit down.
I will say that, yeah. Well, no, because it is. It had R22, the old school Freon that basically whatever was produced is what is there. And once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
Everybody operating on that old system is going to have to convert their shit over. I mean, it's a lot like being overrun by Muslims. You have to either convert or else you're going to be paying a steep penalty.
Air conditioner salesmen all across the country were just like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
The time has come to get paid.
And it will. But the thing is, that shit's up to about, it would have cost me $1,000 to have gotten my unit serviced. $1,000 for a new compressor. And you might say, oh, wow, $2,000, that's kind of high. I know, but they won't even do it. They won't even touch it. They won't put in anything that would allow you to continue running R22 for a foreseeable, a longer period of time. Yeah. If the system dies, it dies, and you got to buy a new one.
Now, see, why couldn't Trump fucking turn the clock back on that?
Yeah, been a lot cheaper. Like it did all the other shit, like coal mining and racism. But
hashtag R22 Freon.
But yeah. So in the past week, since the last podcast, now I think last time I was already bitching about the amount of money I was in. I forget what the fuck that figure was, but if I remove those figures, I'm at about, since I last talked to you people, I'm at about $5,800 financed.
Good fucking God.
Yeah. Well, what am I going to do? Fucking live out in the desert Southwest, the crotch of hell, and without AC?
I don't have an air conditioner, motherfucker. Just be a man. Be a man about it.
So no AC in your house at all?
Well, Grandma has her creature comforts, but
yeah,
I have a fan that points out of a window to pull whatever goodies I can.
Her cool air out through.
Oh, don't worry, it doesn't work. I mean, shit, it's still hell back there.
Oh, I'm sure,
but it's what I deserve.
Well,
it is my plight in life.
Well, once I get the new unit in, then you can probably take one of these, portable units and hook yourself up.
It's just going to give me a reason to live in my shop.
Wait. In your shop?
Mine. I've slept in there drunk a couple times.
Well, I'm sure, but goddamn, those temporary units ain't gonna cool that fucking huge.
No, that
cavernous shop.
That's like fucking the devil's office.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know. Like, I'm so afraid. Last time I had one of those AC wall units, one summer I was just plagued with wasps, and not a small amount, a large amount.
Yeah.
Every day.
You don't want those cocksuckers coming through raiding your party.
No, I'll probably die. I will probably perish in flames.
Yeah.
Literally, because I will fucking just explode.
Right.
It's so I've lived in, God, that one year where there was like a month solid where it was over 100 degrees. That was tough. But I've been to Vegas when it was 117. I feel pretty good I do well around dry ass heat.
Yeah, but it's not pleasant. Fuck,
no,
man.
It's not fun. Doesn't make my demeanor any better.
I was out in Phoenix, went to a couple of ball games out there. That was in summer of 2004, I want to say. And driving around after the game was over 10 o'clock at night, downtown Phoenix, 120 degrees ambient,
Oh, man. God damn. We make the best choices.
It's like, why are people living here? It's like, these are people that have a hatred of fucking winter that I can't get my head around.
Right here, like between, I would say, the ass end of September and the ass end of November, it's pretty fucking decent. And from January to, I would even say April, is pretty fucking nice.
Yeah. Well, and you get that. I mean, shit, there are people all the time talking about, I was wearing just a flannel shirt on fucking Christmas Day outside. Yeah, you get that once in a while.
You can do it, yeah.
And if we get anything that comes through, well, fuck, it's only going to harass us for a couple of days and it's gone. So, I mean, it might be cold over the winter, but it's nothing fucking terrible.
No, you're not going to fucking... You'll always be able to leave your house and go do something.
I'd looked into taking a job in Marquette, Michigan.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, no, it's probably...
I mean, the whole state of Michigan sounds terrible.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's Canada South.
Barely drink the water anywhere, I hear.
But it was up on the Upper Peninsula. It was like right outside of Green Bay.
Yeah.
Wisconsin. It was, as a matter of fact, right across the state line into that Upper Peninsula. And I was just looking. I was thinking, well, I don't know. They're looking for a program director. Maybe I could look into this shit. It was in 2007.
So this was a couple days ago.
It's been a dozen years, and I was looking at it. And the biggest complaint is always basically October to fucking April, because that's their winter. And it's not a little winter.
Long fucking winter.
I'm talking like they have snow removal services as like one of the biggest employers in that
like
fucking
a
city.
Winterfell type situation.
Man, I thought, I don't want nothing to do with that shit. In the summer, all you got, basically you have like a warm up, a couple of months of spring, couple of months of fall, like 1 month of summer, but it's fucking terrible because the goddamn mosquitoes just rule everything.
Yeah. And that's why I'm always going to stick to a dry climate. I have to. I thrive in it.
Free gratis, right.
Yeah, free fucking gratis.
Dry arid, yeah.
Shut up, man. It's been a couple days.
If I can quote fucking Al Swearingen, I'm going to do it.
That's true. I mean, anytime you can quote Al is a good day. We've been tested by the gods this month so far.
This has been the month of fuckery as it continues within the summer of Kevin, but it is.
And I feel... I almost feel like it's my fault. I feel like I've wrought some kind of curse.
I did think the most hilarious thing I've actually seen, it made me laugh when I was in my depths of fucking sorrow.
In my depths.
Because I had said, I think this entire place is cursed. And you said, yeah, but it's probably somebody really old and really angry.
Because it travels, man. If the curse resides here, or I bring it with me, it still travels. I feel it does. I don't think that's why I'm blaming myself over the meat hall, because the meat hall is the purest, greatest thing I've ever known. But the quantity of shit that has gone wrong in the past 7 days?
Yeah.
I mean, between the two of us, granted, my issues are a little more fucking me up in my brain than in my pocketbook.
Yeah.
Which is a brain fucker regardless.
Well, I had like a 5-year plan of like being debt free, and I thought, man, I might be able to trim it even more.
We talked about it a couple months ago on the podcast.
It is now my 8-year plan, thanks to the fucking past 8 days, 9 days.
It's a goddamn... It just befuddles me. I've never seen such a shitty run between two people. Actually, I'm going to keep it two people in my life, because with you, I mean, fuck it. I feel like it all started when your Jeep was kind of having the shits.
Yeah.
When we came back from Denver. It's like, all right. And then, now I'm just going to talk about everything that goes wrong with me. I live and die by my laptop. Right. But not for the reasons that people think. It's not because I need to be on Facebook all the time.
It's not porn?
Or I got to play World of Warcraft. No, I mean, it's in there at the wee hours of the night.
Oh, it is porn. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's what...
But it's mainly YouTube. Because I need to have something to watch or hear. Definitely here for sleeping times, because I've covered this multiple times. I'm fucking insane when it comes to sleep.
Sleeping times.
And it travels with me. So... my laptop goes down because I talked about it last week. Remember, I was like, oh, man, the great porn is gone. No. But I still had a laptop that worked.
Which, for you 2 or 3 ladies out there, Brandon is now despondent and lacking in porn. So if you'll send some of your good shit to him,
yes,
go ahead and put that in the comments.
But now I also need to make money to buy a laptop, so I'm also going to need 2 valid forms of ID and a signed letter of consent that I may post you on the internet for everyone to enjoy for a price.
What I did think was interesting is because during our rage session, as we do on Thursdays, you'd said actually that maybe you might look at potentially a tower, a PC,
Yeah, because I really don't need to be mobile anymore. All for the fact that the reason I would always bring my laptop over here is because we didn't have the current murder station we're using now.
Yeah.
So I always had to bring the laptop when we need to watch fights or do any kind of weird chicanery.
Well, if Ruben's here, chicanery.
Chicanery. That reminds me of a story I need to tell later.
Oh.
But I know, weird, right? It's a lighthearted one.
Well, if it involves Ruben, it's going to be fun.
No, it doesn't involve Ruben.
Oh,
It involves my grandfather, actually. So, and not only that, at work, I dropped my phone on concrete. I'm not the type of guy that buys a case for that shit. I got the Metro Special. It's like $50.
Yeah.
But it's still shattered, and it looks like I smoke meth and can't afford a new phone.
Right. Looks like you're like trying to help yourself some free breakfast waffles.
And I hate it. And I hate it. And I've had to do I
thought you were going to go get that shit taken care of this week.
Yeah, I was too busy being angry and hot.
Yeah.
By the time I had the time to do it, I was like, well, I'm going to be drinking in about an hour. And I'm just going to focus on that, I think.
Well, that is putting your best foot forward, right?
Yes. Yeah. Putting my best foot forward.
Well, I think things might be turning around. Fucking knock the fuck on wood. But I think things might be turning around because, granted, it's going to be expensive as fuck to get a new AC central air unit put in. But I think I've already noticed one difference. I had a friend of mine come out, and dude did me a fucking hell of a turn.
Yeah, man.
Came out and put in a new circuit breaker box, all brand new box, new circuits, new breakers, rewired every fucking thing.
God damn.
I had thought for like the last year and a half that my refrigerator was on its last leg because the fucking motor it'd sound wonky.
Yeah, man. When you sent me that message that your fridge was dead, I was like, that's fucking it.
Yeah.
That is it. We need to just fucking get in a vehicle and drive off a cliff and fucking just call it a day, Thelma and Louise style.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, we're going to kill people before we do.
Yeah.
But
got shit more like that fucking Woody Harrelson joint, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that was more of a love story than a murder,
I guess so, yeah.
a murder rampage.
But
that was all out of love.
But so dude came over and put in this whole new thing. As it turns out, it was that circuit that was fucking me. And I found it out basically that one of the mornings here, I don't know, Monday morning, I think, Monday or Tuesday, some shit like that. Because I came out, I was like, why is the coffee maker not working? Because I always set that shit at night. And I was like, nope, that thing is dead. And I thought, that too? That's not possible. And it's
Something ain't right.
It's probably not really technically possible for the refrigerator and the coffee maker to go out the same day. That shit's all in the same circuit. Every outlet in my kitchen, along my counter, and the refrigerator all operate on the same circuit. So what I had to do is break out my fucking heavy-duty extension cord, plug the refrigerator and that shit, run into my laundry room, keep everything going so that way my stuff in my refrigerator doesn't fucking go bad.
Yeah.
Not that I'm an asshole. I've got about $100 worth of fucking condiments in my fridge. Not a lot of food, but a hell of a lot of things to do things with.
One of the most epic choice selections of hot sauces and mustards from across the world.
But anyway, so I was able to keep it running. Well, ever since dude rewired that, and I plugged the refrigerator back in where it belongs, that thing cycles off and on like a normal goddamn refrigerator now.
Like a fucking champ.
It used to run all damn day because what I was doing, the circuit would go, and kind of fuck it up. So then my refrigerator would have to go, oh, shit, well, I just started a new cycle. And it was doing that every couple of hours, so it almost never cycled off.
God damn. Probably pulling a lot of juice.
A lot of juice. So I think already, and it's kind of late in the month, so probably I won't notice a lot of shit on the next bill, but I'm pretty fucking sure by the time August gets here, that bill's going to start going down. And once that new central air unit's in, and it's going to be fucking 4 or 5 times as efficient as the old bastard I've got out here.
Yeah, you said it was going from like a rating of 4 to a 14.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's pretty goddamn dope.
So I have a funny feeling, and our friend Don, he'd point out, I said, man, this shit might actually pay for its fucking self. And maybe, because, the financing on it, they're going to roll it into my bill.
Yeah. That's pretty convenient.
Yeah. So, Yeah, man, I'd have been fucked like 5 years ago, though. 6 years ago, I didn't have like any credit. I didn't have bad credit. I just had no credit because I was paying cash on everything. If this shit would have happened like 6 years ago, I would have went in there, would have told me to go fuck myself.
They wouldn't say no to you at Chetha's Auto Sales.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't looking to buy a car necessarily. I'm talking about if I was in the same situation back in like 2013 or 2012, somewhere in there, I'd been fucked.
Right. Oh, man. I'm going to add a little more to the shit fire.
Yeah, okay.
Because I've had, I would call this the rarest.
Oh, that's right, because how is your week? Yeah.
I haven't been asked that in a while. Thank you for asking.
Of course.
It has been a rare one. I would say the rarest.
It's like taking a unicorn shit, right?
And then like picking it up and eating it and realizing, oh my God, it does taste like candy.
It's Skittles. It's Skittles.
Yeah, you take the gamble and it pays off. Sadly, this week didn't pay off for shit. So Monday, just going to open up day one. I hear everything because I had talked about us getting that kitchen.
Yeah.
Because I was bitching about my added workload of doing the whole scramble, like basically doing a breakfast buffet, E.B. Farnham style.
Oh, I was getting ready to ask you. I was like, God, I hope you didn't put your hands in human feces again.
No.
Okay.
Oh, God damn. Fuck the shit water. Hashtag fuck that.
Yeah.
No, I get there and I find out that we're getting that new, beautiful fucking linoleum floor instead of a carpet because you can't have fucking carpet in a kitchen.
Well, it's kind of dumb. It's like having carpet in your fucking bathroom.
So where does one put the fridge? In
the kitchen.
In the kitchen. But where does it go when the kitchen is being renovated round two?
In the Coke machine / ice chest room. Fucking, I don't know.
If there was only another plug in right over there, it probably would have been right in front of the fucking vending machine or something. No, you just put it in the hallway.
or that.
Put it right next to the 3-tier fucking sink that we had to get to qualify.
It's like the old housekeeping carts at about noon, right there.
Oh man, yeah, that'll bottleneck and fucking that is just like traffic in Denver at 7:30. It's gonna be a bad day. So that already sucks. So now I have to get my preparation done in front of people, like just coming down.
Preparation and your H-ing.
And it just sucks. It just fucking sucks. And then I try to make coffee. The coffee maker's fucking broken. Not only the coffee maker broke, the ice machine broke, the waffle iron broke, the guest dryer broke, and the water dispenser broke.
Wow, that's a lot of
fuckery. That's why what I said earlier is like
it's all tied together.
It happened within a span of 24 hours. I wasn't there for 2 of the 5 things. I was there for 3 of them, though. I feel like the first 2 were just getting ready for my arrival.
So basically, when people come down in the morning wanting coffee, you can tell them, well, you can go fuck yourself. There's an Allsup's down the road.
Oh, no. They got their coffee. Because I brewed it by the goddamn cup, utilizing one of the coffee makers that are in each room. You fill your coffee cup, you put it in the little fucking trough there, and then you hit the button and makes you 1 cup of coffee.
God, that's bullshit.
And I have to fill 3 fucking carafes of this shit. And keep it flowing when it's busy.
When do you start? About midnight?
I'd start about 4:30 and be done by 6. And then, I mean, shit, if one got empty, it's like, well, I hope you guys don't mind waiting about 20 fucking minutes for this coffee, because that's how long
those little cocksuckers don't really work fast. That's why I was thinking.
It's like, bloop.
Yeah.
Bloop. I mean, it takes fucking 5 minutes for a cup to get done. So I had like 3 of them. I had to I was running relays, man. I probably ran 1.5 miles just making coffee.
Jesus.
Which, it's good for the body and soul, but it was bad for my psyche.
Yeah.
And also the juice machine didn't work. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And I was like, wait a minute. Why would they both not work? Because they fucking turned the water off when they were working on the fucking floor.
That's why I was asking if they were tied together.
Nobody thought to fucking turn it back on for dear old me. And then at least the next day they gave me the nice news, like, you're going to have to make coffee the same way again. I'm like, thanks for the fucking heads up. Then I get started at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that was Monday.
That was the whole week rundown.
That was Monday.
Jeez.
Tuesday. I get there immediately. And thankfully the girl that I relieved, she never bitched. She's like, nothing happened, everything was fine.
You're a hospitality manager, right?
No.
Oh.
No, she's not good. So I get the rundown, and I'm settling in, hoping that, because we're not as busy as we were the day before, so I'm like, maybe it'll be a good day. Hour in, get a ding-dong, a little fucking bell on the desk. And I know I talked about the breakfast bandits.
Yeah,
It's been a long time because
the motherfuckers like on meth riding bicycles with backpacks, right?
Coming in to think they can pawn off on a free breakfast. Like, do you live here? Do you have any reason to be here? And they make something up and like, get the fuck out.
It's because of them you instituted locking that goddamn door at night.
Yeah, which is now the rule.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad about that. One of the breakfast bandits is at my fucking desk right now, my front desk.
Just lead him out by the ear like George Hurst.
Well, I don't want to touch this guy. I mean, he just looks like he was bathed in the dirt of the shittiest people you'd ever meet.
Oh, okay.
But I'm initially like, how the fuck did this meth head get into my hotel? I know all the doors are locked.
Right.
So I bring the phone with me because if I have this interaction, I go back and look at security cameras, this guy like forced his way into the hotel. I'm calling the cops. Be like, you need to arrest that guy. He broke in.
Fuck yeah.
But he didn't. He had a room. He had a fucking room.
Oh, to get a job?
I don't know, but he didn't have a bike either. He had a car.
This guy's clearly been looting fools around town.
He came to the desk and asked me to like tie this manky fucking handkerchief onto his good hand.
What?
And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. We have rules. I can't do that.
Yeah, you're getting ready to handle food shortly.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to fucking touch you and then go make fucking sausage gravy. Nah. No, I feel like I'll get high on meth just by fucking being near you. So I was like, I can't do that for you. There's rules. If you need first aid, I'll call an ambulance for you. Which cops be here too.
Yeah.
So he was like, no, I'm good. And got in his car and left, but he had a key. I was like, what the fuck? What is this? What kind of weird, bizarre world am I living in right now?
Right.
Is this place effectively trying to fucking push me away?
Sure.
And dude leaves, and he doesn't come back for the rest of my shift. But a fucking dude, Mexican guy, on a bicycle with a trailer does. Asking for this guy.
A bicycle with a trailer? Okay.
Yeah, because you know what?
Like the homeless rig. The
homeless or a thief. Right. A mobile thief. And I was like, yeah, he's not here. Shut the door. Because I don't fucking take my time with these bicycle cocksuckers. I'll take time to like go out and murder one.
Right.
And that was Tuesday. Let's just move on to Wednesday.
Wow, your fucking week is it's been dubious at best. Yeah. Okay,
and Wednesday's the best. So I get there and I find out that a church has paid for this individual to stay at the hotel. I'm like, oh, he's running game on the religious now. Well, if there is a hell, there is a spot reserved for him, because all this fucking guy has been doing is running. We had a chat with a friend of ours, and I brought up the bicycle cocksuckers, and he's like, no, those backpacks are filled with not meth, with stolen goods.
Right.
And they're just gypsying, transiting fucking stolen goods between one another.
So like a methy swap meet. Right.
Yeah. So we fast forward to about 5:30 in the morning. It's Thursday morning now. And I see the same guy from yesterday. Bike, the little trailer coming up. Goes to the trash to see if there's anything he can scav. And he's a fucking scavenger.
Sure.
He's a goddamn scavenger.
Like living in the Fallout world, but we aren't in the Fallout times.
Right. And he comes to I can see he has like 2 huge fucking bags in the back of that trailer. So it must have been a good night. And he comes up to the desk with both of these bags on his fucking shoulders. And the doors are locked, because I don't unlock the door till 6:30.
Right.
I go to the door. I'm like, can I help you? Dude's not wearing a shirt. Wearing just like khaki pants that had been cut at the knee like Calvin style. And one of those little flashlights that you wear on your head.
Like if you're like a legit scavenger and like your work is done at night.
You need your hands free. You can't afford a good life or a house, but you can afford a fucking LED flashlight for your fucking head.
Jesus.
Well, you can afford it if you steal it.
God, this just sounds horrible.
And so I tell the guy, he needs to get in the room that he was asking about last night. I'm like, what's the name of the guest you need to see? Gives me the name, which I won't share here.
Yeah.
Because one, if my parents name me this person's name, I would probably end up being the exact same way. It's like that Johnny Cash song, Boy Named Sue.
Yeah, right.
It's right up that alley.
Okay.
So I tell he gives me this person's name. The room's not under that name. I know he's in that room, but that's not the name of the room. I'm like, sorry, man, there's no one here by that name.
Good for you.
And like I basically just shut the door because that's it. And he leaves, tries the other one that's magnetically locked, which kind of bums me out, and goes back to his little fucking shit trolley. But he's not leaving. He's like hovering by the fingerless meth head's car.
Hey.
So I'm about to call the cops.
Sure.
But I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. This is a great opportunity for me to kind of get a little bit of my week out. So I go outside. I know it's on the east side of the building, so I know the camera's there, so I know that's good if it gets too gnarly. And I basically just confront the dude, probably a solid 50 yards between us, be my guess, because he's over by the fucking trash cans at this point, and I'm fucking yelling at him from the corner of the building, saying basically to the tune of, you need to leave or I'm calling the cops. And I had the phone with me acting like I was dialing, but I wasn't going to do it. I think I was actively looking for a confrontation.
Oh, yeah. Try getting a little work.
Which is, well, that's a really weird, because I'm not that guy.
Right.
I'm never that guy. I'll talk shit before I'll punch your face in, because I'm better at talking shit than I am at fighting. But the dude gets off his bike and does the typical arms in the air thing. This guy's probably your age and plus 20 because he's a meth head.
Right.
I could probably take, I know he doesn't have a gun. Might have a knife. Yeah, I didn't think about that. But regardless, I keep up the threat of the cops, and I'm still walking towards him. I don't know why I didn't stop. I really do think the month has just brought me to that point. It's like, fuck this. If you're going to get something done positive and right, make it right now.
Right.
I got Lamb of God in my fucking mind, I'm getting ready for whatever's about to happen. And the dude gets on his bike and fucking pedals away.
There we go.
Because
you intimidated a fool. Good for you, Brad.
I brought the phone up to my ear, so that intimidation didn't hurt either. I mean, the beard is pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
Turned it into fucking Tormund Giantsbane all of a sudden.
Dude from Himosaurus calling you a beard oil Brandon now, so yeah.
And I went back in the fucking hotel. I was shaking because, it was like a weird combination after it was over, fear and adrenaline. Because like I said, I'm not a fucking fighter. I will if I have to. I'm more BJJ guy than a fucking boxer, though. Which is kind of a funny thing to say. I'm like a more efficient Bigfoot Silva. Yeah.
Yeah. God, that's quite a tale.
And now I'm here drinking beer with you fine people.
Which, by the way, I'm sorry I'm making a bunch of noise over here. I was trolling Ben Askren fans today, so now my Twitter shit's blowing up. So,
would you like to open the show, sir?
Yeah, it's the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. Thanks for joining us here on this fine little Friday as we get together and talk about three things we enjoy, such as Mead, Metal, and MMA. See, it's just going crazy. I might just shut this shit down here. That's maybe I'll just turn
Shut
this.
the shit factory down.
Which we'll get to in a moment. But, between that and, of course, our friend Jack having to fucking send me links now because the other friend kind of got the hint that we are busy.
That's true, yeah.
And, yeah.
Haven't got that 6:30 Bobby yet.
Jack has taken on the mantle of bugging us on Fridays between 6 and 7. So, yeah, thanks, man.
Well, it's always nice to have someone bother you during the podcast.
Not that we're busy, during this time.
It's Friday. It's our Fridays, we do something different every Friday.
Mead update. I think we mentioned last week. We're not starting a goddamn batch of anything until I can get a reasonable level of
control
of controlled temperature in here, climate control. That makes it really, really easy. Now, having said that, we do have the batch one. We have not done fuck all with the actual full case that remains. We still need to label and shrink.
Oh, right. I totally forgot about that. We only got the half burger done for Denver.
Yeah. So, and we've had some people inquiring. So,
inquiring minds need to know.
Yeah, and it's not going to be cheap to get the Mead Hall back down to some cooler temperatures. So, feel free to hit us up with a donation.
Welcome back to the return of the $30 donation.
That shit just went up.
We've been helping y'all. Those was getting to know you prizes. Now it's we seriously need your help prizes.
No, I think we're good still where it was at. But anyway, So that's kind of the Mead update. There's really not a whole lot there, and for good reason, because again, we can't necessarily be in that boat because it's going to be a cloudy batch. Whenever you have temperatures all over the spectrum, it comes off cloudy, and there's almost nothing I can do with it.
And there's really nothing for like the clarifier to bring down.
Yeah,
that's just going to be the color.
Let's talk about something we don't usually talk about, and that is the National Football League.
Ooh. That's weird.
The odds to make NFL playoffs, those were released actually last week. I'm just now getting around to it. Caesars cranked out the odds. Who's your team? It's the 49ers, right?
49ers, sir.
If you go out and drop $100 in Vegas, they will pay you $230 if they make the playoffs.
What about the Super Bowl?
I don't know. This is just odds.
Okay.
Odds to make playoffs. Yeah.
I don't even like I don't like those odds.
Yeah. Well, you could be worse because Ruben's favorite team is
either the Steelers or the Dolphins, depending on who's doing better.
It is the Dolphins, and they are drop $100. They make the playoffs. He would win $1,200.
God damn! See, I would take that bet.
Yeah,
because Miami didn't look too bad last year.
Well, they were kind of the worst of their entire division, right?
Yeah. Well, their division does have some killers in it.
Well, and that's the thing. Top of the list. If you want to,
Patriots.
If you want to make some money on the Patriots making the playoffs, which that's almost a sure bet, right? Well, you're going to drop $850 to make $100.
Oh God! I bet you Bill Burr does it.
Probably.
Because I mean, that's a safe bet.
How safe is that bet?
Safe as fuck.
You
they
think
always make the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Always make the playoffs.
Exactly.
They might not always win their division, but they will always make the playoffs.
Yeah. Cowboys fans among you, drop.
Stop listening.
Drop $100 to make $110. I mean, it's kind of almost a push.
Yeah, that's even money.
Packers are even money, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, they always have a great chance of making the playoffs. Always up if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy. God damn, we're sounding like a bunch of. I'm sounding like a football nerd.
That's all good. Anyway, but I thought that was kind of interesting. I know you're a professional football fan, so I thought, all right, not a professional fan. I'm a fan of professional football.
Yeah, and I'm more of a fantasy football fan than I am actually. Fantasy football makes me enjoy football more.
Right. Okay.
I feel like I have something invested. And it's not just like on the 49ers, you know. It's multiple teams that I don't really give a fuck about, but there might be one guy playing on that team that I need to keep an eye on.
Right. Let's see. Mead, we've already talked about. Talked about football. Oddly, metal. What do you got going on this week? Oh, by the way, we have things in the works. Something afoot.
Yes, we're working on new shit.
Which stand by. I think we'll have probably a something official to announce having to do with our new release portion of the metal part of the show. Yes. I'm hoping we're working on some things with actually one of the most popular guests we've ever had on the show.
Yes, we have proposition an individual.
Yes, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, keep it on the lowdown.
We've propositioned an individual.
Oh God damn, we're great.
But metal going on for this week, and they're not technically metal. I don't know where to classify Tool, but we're fans, so I'll throw it out there.
It all fell on Kevin this week because I don't have a fucking laptop, so
it's all.
I had to learn about shit basically about an hour ago.
But basically, Consequence of Sound had put it out there that Justin Bieber had announced that he is a fan of Tool and like to jam their shit regularly, their 06 stuff and everything else, which was then responded to by Maynard James Keenan, #bummer.
Was it bummer or bummed?
Yeah. Well, you get you get the gist.
Maynard is not pleased.
Yeah. Which has got to be just a kick right in the dick if you're Justin Bieber, right?
Oh, well, it's because he fucking like posted something to his shitstagram.
Yeah.
Like that it's all Tool lyrics. Oh, if you know what these lyrics are, don't look them up. I'm curious if any of you know it. Yeah, like, a lot of Bieber fans are Tool fans. Which I don't think is true.
I don't think that's the case.
I don't think it's true. I'm sure all the girls are going to be like, I don't know what that is. And went and looked it up.
Bunch of 15-year-old girls listen to Tool. I don't think so. Tool's last record came out. They were fucking still in diapers.
#bummer. That and hearing when we were listening to Opiate yesterday, hearing that live version of oh God, I can't fucking remember the name.
Jerk Off, right?
Get that Bob Marley wannabe motherfucker out of here.
Right before that one, yeah.
And then just fucking goes like seamlessly into the song, and then after the song is over, says, "Yeah, that's what happens to fuckers like that."
It's a lot of rage.
A step.
A lot of rage back in those days.
But he was demure when he said it because he's not like a boisterous guy.
Not a dick, but hey.
Yeah, but man, he fucking will let you know if he ain't pleased.
It's funny you brought something over for show and tell. If you don't mind talking about that, it kind of follows up, kind of some shit we talked about. I think just last week.
Just last week, yeah.
Right.
It's I did some digging through my archives, and I'd told the tale of meeting James Labrie when I had lived in upstate New York and was working at a Comfort Inn up there off the interstate. And then went to Gigantor, got a backstage pass, got to go meet the band, chat with Dream Theater, which was really cool. But I also got a signed CD of Megadeth's Greatest Hits that has basically the roster of Dave Mustaine and a whole bunch of hired guns. And I thought it was gone. I thought I had lost it to the sands of time, which really bummed me out. Because I still had my Dream Theater signed Images and Words sleeve, but I didn't have my signed Megadeth Greatest Hits fancy bookcase thing. I don't know what they fucking called them. Back when people bought CDs, they actually made the cases really awesome. But I fucking found it. And I felt, because, we've had this fear about the longevity of Dave Mustaine.
Well, you have.
We joked about. Yeah, I know you don't give a shit, but I'm actually a fan of Megadeth, and the thought of a world without Dave Mustaine, I mean, it certainly isn't going to be a better place. I think we can agree on that, unless you just legitimately hate.
Depends on how many people he has done wrong in his life, I guess.
And if they change their tune, if they do, it's like, okay, Dave Mustaine lived a life of the just because those guys are cunts and not people of their word. But yeah,
I don't think
like,
that's the case, but okay.
I'm glad the man is dead. There are going to be a lot of them that say that, and if they don't, they're fucking liars. Which I think is exactly what we said last week. But I was just happy to find it because while I have a fairly decent collection of like metal memorabilia, I have a signed Guitar Hero plate from Dragon Force, the entire Dragon Force band, Turistas.
Oh, wow.
Power Glove, who do like metal based off video game music, and Metallica. I have 4 pretty proper bands all on one little Guitar Hero plate that now sees no use because I haven't played Guitar Hero in like 4 years.
Well, I guess they're still selling it, right?
They do, but I was playing like a clone on my laptop.
Okay.
But the guitar fucking perished, so I still have the plate, but I don't have a functioning guitar. But I like to hold on to things like that. Like my Dream Theater backstage pass and my signed Images and Words, all my signed Gaelic Storm stuff. I really hold on to that shit. You look inquisitive.
I'm drinking some Marble Brewery out of Albuquerque.
Yeah.
They have what they call their wildflower wheat. See, the problem with Albuquerque, they try to be Denver, but they're not. But they do the same shit. IPAs are kind of the fucking thing, and I don't like drinking pine cone liquor.
I fucking hate drinking pine cones.
And but I saw this one. I thought, cool, let's pick this one up today. Wildfire wheat ale brewed with wildflower honey, and it's what you think it might be, which is almost like a loaf of bread in a pint glass. You want
that's well, I've got Budweiser on my lips.
But the honey is definitely there. It's not in the best way.
Yeah. Well, we're pretty anal about the use of honey and liquor these days.
Might get somebody over here that's their bag, but man.
Which, by the way, happy birthday to John Petrucci. Today is the good man's birthday. Everything else going on, Slayer, who I thought were done, have announced their final leg of their farewell tour.
Get the hell out of here, really?
But listen to this lineup behind them. Primus.
Well, yeah.
Do you think Primus fans are going to go to a Slayer show?
No.
They're not built for that kind of show, man.
Is that only because Primus is like out of the same era of the heyday, and they have a new record out, right?
Well, listen to the other bands, and you'll see just how out of place they sound. Ministry.
Okay.
And Phil Anselmo and the Illegals doing, I believe it's Far Beyond Driven in its entirety. No, Vulgar Display of Power.
Okay.
Doing that in their entirety. So you're basically getting, for what Metal Injection called it, in quotes, Pantera. It's Phil Anselmo growling for 45 minutes.
And you call that Pantera?
I don't even call it music.
Yeah.
Because Phil Anselmo can't fucking sing anymore.
Right.
Come find me, you heroined it out cunt. I'll tell it to your face.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Slayer's really been milking this final thing.
Yeah.
Like everybody that went to go see him in Albuquerque thought, oh man, after that they're done. Like, oh no, fuck, there's probably about 80 more shows.
And by the way, we talked about this, I think, mentioned it before, that our kind of our bucket list thing this year is to go catch Tool live.
It is a hope.
The August 30th, that's the release date for the next album, has yet to be named. I got a little inside information in that.
Know someone. You know Adam, don't you, motherfucker?
No, I fucking wish. No. I know a person that works at a particular venue in San Antonio that had said, hey, don't you usually take off Veterans Day? And I said, yeah. He's like, that's kind of the week they're looking at having Tool in concert in San Antonio.
Damn. How far is that?
That's the second week of November.
No, I mean, how far is that journey?
I don't know. Not far enough. I think it's like 8 hours, probably 9.
It's right at the.
It's got to be like 8. Probably 8.
That is right at the precipice of your.
Grasp. But I'm interested to see though that. God, there's no way they don't play other venues through Texas and Oklahoma and Colorado.
Yeah.
I mean, we can assume if they play New Mexico anywhere, it's going to be probably fucking
They're
Albuquerque.
not playing Albuquerque.
No?
Tool does not
probably Santa
come
Fe,
to Albuquerque.
and it's going to be a weekday. So, fuck it.
I don't even think they come to New Mexico.
I don't think so.
They take,
Las Cruces, maybe.
They fucking hit, like, they either hit something and then all of a sudden they're in Tempe.
Yeah.
Just like all the other big fucking rock bands that hate New Mexico.
Well, a lot of bands, though, don't like El Paso, so they will slip right over the border, play Pan Am Center in Las Cruces, and then bounce from there.
Yeah.
So
I think they will get within the bubble for closer than San Antonio. Granted, San Antonio in November, I bet the weather's all right.
I don't know, but anyway, I got a little excited about that because that means that we're getting closer to fucking. Because last year the bucket list thing was catch Alice in Chains in Austin,
and by God, we got that done.
Yeah, so this year that's going to be the big fucking trip, I think, for the
It's going to be the healing balm
for the denizens of the meadery here.
After July, it's going to be the healing balm. Just a quick rundown of some metal things. I'm just going to read the headlines there. Couple filmed engaging in oral sex during Behemoth's show.
Hey, I would have never thought that would happen.
Weird, right? I bet Nurgle was just kind of watching like, fucking A, right. God. My music makes you want to get that shit done.
Behemoth. God, I can only imagine. That's got to be just some weird primal.
Right.
Primal coitus, yeah?
Well, I mean, like if you're like an aggressive lover, I'm sure Behemoth gets it done.
And by the way, I'm grabbing that name. Primal Coitus is going to be the name of our first album.
We're going to fucking tour with Pinto Graham, which is a funny play on beans and the satanic symbol. I said it and I heard it like pentagram.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I just got it.
Right.
I don't want to lie. I just got it. Confess members sentenced 14 plus years in an Iranian prison and 74 lashes for playing heavy metal.
Why would you play a show in Iran?
It's cool, man. They fled to Norway. They're fine. Slayer announces their shit. David Lee Roth says he and Van Halen brothers have always hated each other. That's no big shocker there. Metallica covers Rammstein in Germany. That's kind of cool.
Actually, a big one. Metallica's putting out a children's book.
I know. I might get it. I don't know. It's kitsch enough that I might dump the cash. And that is about it.
Yeah, I don't really have fucking anything to really add.
Hopefully next week we might have a little added flavor to this section.
Perhaps. Other than that, yeah, God damn it. There's nothing I really care about. I'm looking up down the list. Gene Simmons, Rolling Stones, fucking... Hey, fuck off. I don't care about any of this stuff, so, yeah.
Yeah. Go listen to Silverchair's Frog Stomp beginning and end and let me know if it is great beginning and end because it is of my opinion. I'm adding that to my list. It's on number 2 because number 1 is Typo Negative October Rust.
Right.
Number 2 on that list, and it's not really a ranking. It's just the second album on there.
Yeah.
Is Frog Stomp.
I'm going to have to go back and check that out because it's been a long. I know I've listened to it start to finish.
Yeah,
man,
we listen to Tomorrow at least every 2 weeks.
It's probably and
it's more out of laughter because I love hearing him say "fat boy."
Yeah, but there are actually I know of 3 things were commercially successful on
Tomorrow, Freak, and the one that was on the Cable Guy.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's been late 90s, early 2000s the last time I listened to it.
Give it a whirl.
So.
I'm curious if it's just me because I was getting pumped to get out here.
That's fine because it's the same goddamn weird revelation that I'd had on the Blind Melon thing.
Right.
So
yeah, which is that shit's always great.
All right, let's move on to MMA. And the reason why you fools keep hearing my fucking ancient ass iPod Touch going off is because, as I mentioned earlier, I've been trolling Ben Askren fans. Ben Askren, who got knocked out last week at UFC 239, had posted something
in record time. Let's add that 5 fucking seconds.
Jorge Masvidal knocked him out in 5 seconds. It was actually more like 2 or 3, but but
I would even say at the long end 3 seconds, but you got to go by when the ref stops it. And,
so the after that fight was over, and that's the thing. And Askren had talked massive shit, and he had to eat shit for it.
Huge, man.
And and Jorge Masvidal post fight talked about it, and he's like, he said he's a fucking punk.
Cool as a fucking cucumber too, man. He had no anger in his speech. It was just all facts.
Which should probably scare the shit out of your Ben Askren, because he said, he said it doesn't matter. He's a punk. He said, if I run into a Whole Foods, he said, I will fucking punch him again.
Yep, keeping the Circle K and Woolworths, man.
To which then I'd had to get on there. So Askren today on Twitter put up there. He said, I don't remember anything about that fight, so it doesn't count, right? Yeah, fine, I get it. Trying to be funny.
A poor attempt to balm it with humor.
And then somebody's like, oh, here's a reminder for you. It's a little 5-second clip, of him getting fucking knocked the fuck out.
You can gift that shit.
And then somebody commented, rude. It's like, no, I was just pointing out, that all the shit.
I'm just trying to help him remember.
I just commented, I said, exactly. I said, by the way, I'd probably avoid Whole Foods for a hot minute if I were you.
Yeah, let Jorge get that Conor McGregor fight inked up and then go back to Whole Foods.
Which I'm getting probably about 50 likes on that goddamn tweet alone. So it's just, that's why my shit keeps going off.
And you'd made a good point. Like the fact that we're still talking about this card and laughing about it really does say overall it was a great card.
Yeah.
And it was.
Man, the funny thing is, what I thought would have been the most exciting fight on the card fucking turned out being a real yawner.
Yeah.
John Jones.
That was really weird. Do you think it's because now we're getting that John Jones that isn't on anything at all?
I think we're getting the John Jones.
Be it accidental or chosen.
We're getting the John Jones that actually doesn't really fucking want to defend it against certain people.
Yeah.
And I think Thiago Santos is one of those. And and some people said that Thiago won that fight, maybe. But you got to know the champ's always going to get a little bump. You got to know that.
Which Chael Sonnen would say is bullshit.
Well, but
I agree.
It happens every time. Every time. I mean, shit, let's not lie to ourselves. Amanda Nunes probably lost that fight to Shevchenko, but she was a champ. You get the champion's bump. You get it every fucking time.
You have a certain glow if you're the champ. Which, I mean, what we know now about Amanda Nunes, granted, I don't think we'll ever see Shevchenko. Well, I don't know. They love doing champ fights.
That chick is just getting so fucking dangerous. Nunes gets fucking more and more dangerous every fight.
Shevchenko and Nunes are the 2 dangerous bitches in women's MMA right now. Dude. And they could fight each other.
Yeah, man. Maybe.
Unless
Henry Cejudo steps in, because apparently he called out.
God damn it.
This awkward motherfucker calls out. He's like, hey, Amanda Nunes, I want to go and set up a champ fight, And I was like, God damn it, really? You're challenging women to fight? Who else did that in history? And how did that go?
Andy Kaufman did it.
Andy Kaufman did it, and he was blacklisted from fucking entertainment.
Yeah, but he was loved in pro wrestling.
Yeah, but he was a cunt. I mean, come on,
yeah,
man.
Kaufman was a cunt.
Cejudo, honestly, and people are like, I don't know, is he serious? I think he fucking is. I think he's so weird and dumb. Serious, yeah. I think he's so weird and dumb. Yeah, dude, he's even talking about Max Holloway. Really? Holloway will fucking level your shit.
After that Poirier loss, that's who Holloway fought at 155, right?
Yeah.
After that, dude went back to like 145 and was doing business. And he knows that's where he belongs.
Right.
He knows he's the fucking beast of 145.
What is it? What's in it for him if fuck Cejudo moves to 145? There's nothing to be gained if you're the 145 champ.
Especially if you're basically a goddamn Hawaiian killer fighting a midget.
Yeah, that's it. He's a midge.
What's
He's
the
a midge.
point? What is the point? A little guy wearing a yellow bow tie that has an ego that might be bigger than Daniel Cormier's.
I legitimately think that Cejudo's not comfortable when he's not making the news on a weekly basis.
Well, he's a champ, so he feels like he needs that rub.
Yeah, well, they're not going to collapse 125
I say get Benavidez in there to beat Cejudo's ass and get one of those belts off him and see what division he chooses after that. I guarantee it's going to be 135.
Isn't that funny, though? Because Conor fucking got 2 straps one time. First one to ever do it. And 1 week
later,
they're like, nope.
Out of here, motherfucker.
Like, one of those got to go. He's like, what? Why?
And then guess what he did after that? He fought Mayweather and made a mint.
Yeah.
He could have made that money fighting for the UFC if they had let him fucking try to be a dual champ.
Wouldn't let him.
And they did it for Cormier. They did it for fucking what's-her-face, for Nunes. But she's proven to be like a workhorse and can get it done the first round.
Yeah.
Because if you're a champ, your ass better win the first round unscathed because you might have a fight coming up in 3 months in the other weight division.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But we do got to go over. We did make 3 picks last week for the Masvidal-Askren fight, which we both went Masvidal. Nunes and Holm. I went Holm, and I was wrong. And you were right.
You can't pick against Nunes, man.
Fucking first round head kick knockout.
Yeah.
Would you have thought it would have been a head kick against Holly Holm?
No. I thought she was going to be able to get like some really close distance, kind of almost clinch game, start just throwing like she did against fucking Cyborg.
It was almost like the same knockout that Holm had gotten on Correa, which fucking head kick kind of sat her down and was like, ooh, what's going on? And then just followed up with like the weirdest knockout punch I've ever seen.
Right. But Holly Holm had never been finished.
Yeah.
No, I take it back. She did. The chick with the big cans, Misha Tate,
now lives in Singapore,
choked her out. But she had never been knocked out, is what it is. And fucking welcome to the first knockout.
She knows what unconscious feels like, both via blood loss and concussions.
Man.
And of course, John Jones put on the OSP performance of the night against Thiago Santos, who probably needs a new leg.
Yeah, that guy's pretty much on medical suspension. You're not going to see him till 2020. Now, do you run it back? Yeah, I think so. I think that fight was close enough. I think it's the first ever split decision Jones has ever had. Although I do think one judge had it so fucking off. It's rare for me to agree wholeheartedly with Dana White. Dana White said, look, if you scored that fight for Santos, you probably shouldn't be a judge. And all these people are out there busting his nuts over it. I stand behind his fucking assertion. If it's a champ, if it's close, you give that round to the champ. That's what they've always done. Yeah.
Well, one judge there wasn't doing
except for fucking T.J. Dillashaw.
And there was
when he fought against fucking Cruz.
Right.
That's the only time I ever saw the champ get the shit in the stick.
Yeah, but Cruz was a champ at the time.
No, T.J. was. That was the title defense.
Oh yeah, that's when Cruz won it back.
Yeah.
I forgot Cruz wasn't the champ then.
Right.
Oh man, but then fucking. Here comes the old angry neck tattoo to come in and fucking make Cruz look like an idiot. You got to make the champ look like a fool if you're going to make it last 25 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
So there are some pretty good fights coming on tomorrow from Sacramento. At main card starting at 6, so fucking prelims at 3. Did you say?
Yeah.
God damn.
3:30. I don't know because there was a scratch on that card. Benil Dariush was supposed to fight. I don't know why it was scratched, but
I guess it was scratched a while back because I couldn't even find anything about it.
Yeah, probably. I mean, because I think the UFC official schedule, they leave it there for you to know that was originally going to be on the card. But.
Yeah, and this card's great because you have 2 women that vacated titles because they were cowards.
Right.
The first one is Juliana Pena, who is not the first coward I'm talking about, fighting Nico Montano, who was your first women's flyweight champion.
Yeah.
And immediately gave it back because she's like, oh, I got to fight Shevchenko. Never mind. I thought she was a bantamweight. Right. I don't want that belt anymore.
Right.
I'm going I was going penis. I was
about to say penis.
I'm going Pena based on the fact that I think she's a fighter and I don't think Nico is. I don't think she has that fucking soul.
I need to see something out of her.
Well,
honestly.
she hadn't fought since that Ultimate Fighter finale when she won the belt.
I don't believe her. I don't believe in who she claims that she is. So.
Yeah, me neither. But the sad thing is, she will always be a former champ of a division that is now reigned by the queen that it was built for.
Bruce Buffer is always going to introduce her as a goddamn former champion.
Oh, yeah, we'll hear it tomorrow. Hopefully that's a fight we miss. Ryan Hall fighting Darren the Damage Elkins, making his triumphant return after that pretty brutal knockout loss.
Yeah. I every time I pick Elkins, he fucking shits the bed, and every time I pick against him, he gets a fucking triumphant victory. So I will push.
Yeah. That would be one of the fights. I don't want to pick anybody. I just want to watch two people beat each other stupid.
Yeah.
And Andre Touchy-Feely fighting Shaman Moraes. That might be a pretty good one as well.
Probably. It depends on the Feely we get. If we get the Feely that goes out there dealing...
If we get Touchy-Feely.
If we get the dude that comes out dealing death with those goddamn hands against the fence, oh, shit, look out, Moraes. But if we get the Feely that comes out and wants to start a little slow and be a little trepidatious, fucking that fight's going to end pretty quick.
Agreed. So let's move on to the 3 fights that we shall be combatting over.
There we go.
The first one is going to be Josh Emmett fighting Mirsad Bektic. Who do you have and why?
I've got Bektic because that guy can wear some goddamn damage, and he's fucking dangerous. Now, the thing is, you don't have a danger of that dude really wanting to take you down because I think his overall game is pressure and throw.
Right.
But then again, so is Josh Emmett's game. That's probably going to be... unless I'm missing my mark here, I think that's going to be the most exciting goddamn fight on the card.
Well, let's not forget Mirsad Bektic. He's been fucking killing people, except for one fight that is more notable because it was the one Darren Elkins won that nearly made Joe Rogan cry in the post fight because Elkins fucking pulled victory from the jaws of defeat in that third round. He was losing that fight and then knocked his ass out.
Right.
But he came back and fucking won both. He went the distance with Lamas and won a splitty, where Emmett's last 3 knocked Ricardo Lamas out, was a victim of Jeremy Stevens' rise when he was nearly about to fight for the title until he met Jose Aldo, and knocked out fucking Michael Johnson on that Barbosa Gatesy card.
It's going to be good. I think it's going to be a great fight.
I think I'm going to go Bektic as well. It didn't look like that Darren Elkins loss, especially at the way it happened, because he was winning that fight. It didn't affect him at all. He fucking absorbed it and moved on, and has just been killing people. I mean, not to say Emmett doesn't have a shot, but I think Bektic's going to take it, and it's going to be a decision.
That may be the right call. I think it's going to be. I mean, both dudes have fucking power in their hands to knock a motherfucker out, though. So I mean,
absolutely.
I think Bektic's going to get a finish, and I think it's going to probably come early second round.
All right. Your co-main event of the evening. You got Ricky. Is it Simon or Simone?
I always fuck it up, so whatever I say, it's the opposite.
We're calling Ricky Simon.
I think it is Simon,
fighting.
Actually.
Oh, wait a minute. I see an asshole on a face.
An asshole for a face?
Oh, it's right below this. Oh, my God, it's Uriah Faber. Uriah Faber is back.
That's a quick retirement.
God damn, 2 years, I think. 2 years he was gone.
Was it that long?
Yeah.
God, it feels like we just saw butt chin, I don't know, weeks ago. But
well, because we saw him sucking, I can't even remember neck tattoos name.
Garbrandt.
Garbrandt, Cody Garbrandt. That's when we would see him and hear him.
Yeah.
It was like he retired, but he never left.
Right.
Like when Liddell left, that fucker, you didn't see him.
You didn't see him again, yeah.
Faber, you see him all the time. 40 years old, team alpha male, bantamweight. We know the story.
He'll come out with his chick cornrows, and maybe we'll see him get knocked out. Huh?
Yeah. Last 3 fights, he lost to Dominic Cruz back in June of 2016, lost to Jimmy Rivera back in September of 2016, and called it a day against Brad Pickett in a win back in December of 2016.
And fucking they put him up against a Brad Pickett that wasn't the same Brad Pickett that he used to be.
And I think Brad Pickett had one more fight and then retired as well.
Yeah.
Only I think his is going to stick. Now, he's fighting a guy who got a contract on episode 5 of season 1 of Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, and dude hadn't lost. He's fucking 15-1, and I think Uriah Faber is gonna. I don't know if he'll get a finish, but I do think Ricky Simone is gonna just make Uriah Faber look like the 40-year-old that he is.
I think Simon comes out and he establishes fucking cage control early, fucking puts him on his back, and fucking just commences to beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, and I wouldn't normally pick a guy from the Pacific Northwest because I think they're all cunts.
Yeah, but I mean,
in this instance, I can't pick a man that has a working asshole on his face.
Well,
and I'm not talking about his mouth either.
Uriah Faber, I ordinarily I would think, hey, the promotion's like, hey, let's get this man a fucking win coming off his retirement, like they often do with some of their buds. They're fucking throwing him to the lions on this one, and I like it.
A 26-year-old is 15-1, and it's like dude has fought since August 8, 2017, when he got his contract. He's fought 5 times.
And I also think that they're giving him, and Simon, I think they're giving him a fucking seasoned veteran to see how he does against people that have fucking, as much as I don't like Uriah Faber, the guy does have a high fight IQ.
Agreed. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I talk shit, but I would never say he was a bad fighter because I've rooted for this guy in the WEC days.
Right.
Because he was ruling over that land with an iron fist. Did not make the transition to UFC well at all.
No.
And he was there at the ground floor during its inception, back when UFC bought him. And that always bummed me out. And I just initially like, well, I guess the days of Faber are done, and then became an asshole.
Right.
God, I mean, it's bad when you're rooting for Dominic Cruz.
Well, I couldn't do that, but yeah.
Well, if it's fighting Uriah Faber, you damn well can. You don't want
tough.
to, but
no,
I just want
to see. I just want to see two dudes wreck each other. That's all that one is.
Oh man!
All right, main event.
So we're both going.
Simon.
Your main event of the evening. The other world champion quitter I was talking about that likes to cheat and punch you after the bell, Jermaine Durandamy, the Iron Lady. Which
he's fighting who?
Well, if you're listening up to this point, who gives a shit, right? Fighting Aspen Ladd. Who do you got and why?
Man, the problem is Aspen Ladd's never been beaten. She's and they're saying that she's the one that's going to establish herself at the 135 division. After what I saw at the weigh-ins today, I don't think she's going to make 135 again after this fight. She looked fucking horrible on the fucking
really
way. I had to run it back for you.
It
like,
was
dude,
really
you've got.
scary.
And how often have I ever run back fucking weigh-ins for you? I mean,
well, when I mentioned it, I'm like, yeah, I saw a picture of him. You're like, your eyes got all big. I'm like, you need to see this.
Yeah. I get banjoed on something, man. God damn it.
Well, that's the same fucking look, minus the pain that I saw in your eyes, and then you collapsed.
Man, she looked like fucking Bambi, basically on some fucking on stilts, is what it looked like. She couldn't hardly fucking stand the fuck
scary.
up. I mean,
I hate seeing that shit.
Man, I was so uncomfortable watching that shit. So, do I think that she can come back and get herself rehydrated in the space of basically 30, 32 hours? Maybe. I mean, if it's still the old days of IVs, I'd say absolutely.
Right.
But I do have a question mark on her recovery.
Yeah.
Jermaine Durandamy is kind of a fucking bully. So I do think, though, Aspen
Ladd.
Ladd,
She's a fucking coward. She didn't even want to fight Cyborg.
Yeah, and I can't really.
She left the belt on the table.
Yeah, you can't.
I refuse to pick a coward.
No, you can't surrender your fucking title based on your cowardice against somebody else because you don't want to get beat up. Exactly. So I mean, I'm going Aspen Ladd, but I have my doubts.
Yeah.
I have my doubts.
I'm hoping. I mean, I want her to win because I think she might be one win away from fighting for the belt. But after that kind of weigh-in, Amanda Nunes would fucking murder her. One punch, and it wouldn't matter where that punch lands. It's over.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope she gets past Durandamy and she gets goes with a PI, man, and fucking gets like a proper nutrition plan because I know that place will help her out. Yeah. They help Yoel Romero out.
Right.
They can help out Aspen Ladd where she can get that weight cut manageable. And if they can't do it, then she needs a fight at 145.
Well, all right. I guess that brings us up to what, picks then, I suppose?
Let us get our picks done for Friday. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Budweiser tonight. I mean, I'm drinking Marble right now, but that might have been a mistake. So
I might have one later. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm balls deep into my third.
It is it strikes me kind of almost like a Hefeweizen, kind of almost. But
I'm very 50-50 on that. They have to be fucking.
I like
amazing.
my wheat beers. I do.
I love wheat beers,
but it does have a honey back on it. I don't know. Do you want to have a sip of this, Silka?
Don't give her any. She might turn into a monster. She's only had 2 beers this year.
Yeah. See, I think it's okay. But my pick is going to be Jameson Black Barrel.
That's all right. I'm going Budweiser.
Okay.
What are you jamming?
I'm going to go. I'm going to go Powerman 5000.
I'm going fucking Frog Stomp. Listen it, front to back. And fights. Bold prediction. I think Darren Elkins does it again and gets an emotional fucking 3rd round finish after he's getting his ass beat for about 10 of them.
I know I picked Mirsad Bektik, but I think he gets an epic knockout laid on him in 20 seconds.
Ooh, Masvidal style.
Maybe. But my pick still remains that I think he'll win that fight, but oh well.
Yeah, I'd stick to it. So all our picks are the same. We'll see you bitches next week. It's time to go burn some earth.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. See you next Friday.